Some Surrey and Langley properties look like bargains until you get hit with a $30,000 special levy 6 months after moving in. Broken stratas, poly B piping, illegal suites, these aren't just inconveniences, these can be financial traps. Today, I'm walking you through every property type that most often leads to buyer regret in Surrey and Langley. All right, so imagine you move into your new condo, 6 months later, you get a letter saying you owe $30,000 for a new roof. That's what happens when you buy into a condo with a broken strata. A badly run strata can cost you way more than the price difference you thought you were saving. Special levies are surprise charges that show up when contingency reserve funds run out. As of November 2023, stratas have to put in at least 10% of their operating fund into the contingency reserve fund. But a lot of buildings didn't do this in the past, so their reserves are way too low. So what should you do? Ask for the strata documents and check the contingency reserve fund balance. Read the most recent depreciation report and look through strata meeting minutes for planned repairs. And stick around because I'm also going to talk about illegal mortgage helper suites in a bit. And this is something you really need to know. Now, here's the thing. A depreciation report shows future repair and replacement costs. If a building doesn't have one or hasn't been updated in years, that's a big red flag. Buyers can get hit with huge levies just months after moving in. Self-managed stratas can also be risky because sometimes problems get ignored until they turn into emergencies. Watch for pending special assessments in the strata documents. Sellers or listing agents don't always explain these things clearly, so make sure you and your realtor review the strata documents very carefully. One tip I can pass along is take the strata documents and load them into ChatGPT or another AI and then ask it questions. You'd be amazed what doing this can turn up. And if you're buying a pre-1999 condo, be extra careful about leaky building issues. Knowing how healthy a strata is protects you from surprise costs. Now, let's take a look at what can be hiding behind walls of older homes. First, let me pause for a second. If you're actively looking at condos or houses in Surrey or Langley and want someone to review strata documents or inspection reports before you commit, I can do this with you. I do this with buyers every day. My contact info is in the description below. So give me a call, email, and I can walk you through what to watch for. Okay, let's move on. Homes built in the 70s, 80s, and even 90s can hide serious problems behind the walls. Things like poly B piping and something that's up to 55 times more likely to cause an electrical fire, aluminum wiring. Poly B reacts badly to chlorine in the water, and over time the pipes get brittle and crack inside the walls, creating water leaks. Replacing poly B can cost anywhere from a few $1,000s to well over $15,000 depending on access to the pipes. And that doesn't include fixing drywall or repainting. Aluminum wiring was used in some homes from the mid-60s to the mid-1970s, and it's known as a fire risk because that metal breaks down over time. Homes with aluminum wiring are up to 55 times more likely to have an electrical fire. And if you're looking at rural Langley, check if the home is on septic instead of city sewer. Septic systems need regular care and can fail without warnings, which could mean thousands in emergency repairs. Always get a full home inspection that covers plumbing, electrical, and heating system. Those are the spots where the most expensive surprises usually show up. The 2021 flooding in Abbotsford and Chilliwack caused millions in damage and forced hundreds of families out of their homes. More recently, only a few months ago, there was also flooding in that same area, but thankfully it wasn't as bad this time around. Think that can't happen in Langley or Surrey? Check the official flood maps before you make your down payment. Surrey and Langley have clearly marked flood-prone zones, including areas near the Nickel-Meckle River, Salmon River, and Yorkson Creek. And some insurance companies won't cover flood damage at all. The Township of Langley has a flood zone map on their website. Look at it before you make an offer. Now, compared to train noise issues in places like White Rock, which I'll talk about in a minute, this is something you can't get used to or tune out. This is about your home being underwater. Homes in flood zones can come with limits on building or renovations. You might not be allowed to add an addition or a secondary suite. Lenders are also more careful with these properties, which means fewer buyers when it's time to sell. Flood risk can sometimes be managed with the right insurance and planning, but constant noise pollution is different. That's a lifestyle problem that never really goes away. Does location noise really matter? Ask anyone trying to sell a White Rock home where freight trains shake the building several times a day. Spoiler, it matters a lot. Homes on major roads like 200th Street or Fraser Highway deal with non-stop noise. They also deal with vibrations and dirty air from traffic. If you have young kids or you work from home, that noise becomes a real issue. It's not something you just get used to like people think. White Rock and Crescent Beach homes near the train tracks deal with trains running back and forth multiple times a day. These are loud freight trains that can make both noise and shake buildings. Buyers pay more for quiet, calm neighborhoods. When it's time to sell, you're competing against homes that don't come with that noise. Noise is a lifestyle cost you pay every single day. But now let's talk about a legal risk that can hit your wallet just as hard. Illegal mortgage helper suites. That basement suite bringing in that monthly income can disappear overnight. If a suite isn't legal, the city can force it to close. Surrey only allows one secondary suite per single family home, semi-detached home or duplex. And what do you see out there? That's right, lots of homes actually with 2 suites. And when it comes to Langley, they updated the rules to allow more secondary suites, but that doesn't mean every existing suite is now legal. Legal suites need permits, safety inspections, they have to meet building code. That includes separate exits, fire-rated walls, and proper ventilation. The city can issue a stop use order if the suite doesn't meet standards. A lot of buyers assume a suite is legal just because someone's renting it out. The new Bill 44 requires cities to allow secondary suites in family zones, so more suites are becoming legal over time. Now, Bill 44 helps, but you still need to confirm the suite is legal before you buy. And speaking of things that look legal that aren't, let's talk about flipped homes. Brand new finishes, fresh paint, stainless appliances. It looks move-in ready, right? Until your inspector finds the foundation problems hiding under that shiny new flooring. Flipped homes often look amazing at first glance, but the quality of the work can be a big question mark. Some flippers use the cheapest materials and the fastest contractors to boost profit. They're not always focused on doing the things the right way. You'll see electrical work that isn't up to code. Plumbing gets installed wrong. Foundation problems get, covered up with new floors, drywall. Always ask when the work was done, who did it, and if permits were pulled. If the seller can't show receipts, permits, or other contractor details, that is a red flag. A good inspector will catch a lot, but not everything. Some problems are hard to spot just by looking. Inspectors can find bad framing, poor insulation, or moisture issues, but some things stay hidden. Now, not every flip is a nightmare, but you need to do your homework to protect yourself. And that brings us to one of the most expensive mistakes you can make in BC, leaky condos. When I first started in real estate 20 years ago, leaky condos were a huge problem. Some condo owners got hit with huge special levies because builders used California building codes in BC's wet climate. It's one of the most well-known real estate disasters in Canadian history. Leaky condos are wood frame buildings built in the mid-80s to the late 90s. Builders in BC used California codes that weren't really made for our rainy weather. These buildings were put up without proper rain protection systems, so water got into the walls and caused rot, mold, and structural damage. Now, the cost to fix these buildings can run into the millions, and those bills get passed straight to the owners through huge special levies. I'm talking about levies of like $50,000 to $100,000 or even more per unit. Now, most leaky condos have already been fixed because the issue has been known for about 20 years. But if you're looking at a pre-1999 wood frame condo, you need to check if a rain screen retrofit was done. You should also check if the building has had past water damage insurance claims, because that can affect whether you can even get insurance coverage. Now, that being said, buildings that were properly fixed and are run by strong stratas can actually be good value. You just need to know the building's history and make sure the repairs were done the right way. So now you know which properties can drain your wallet and which ones can help protect it. That's the difference between a smart buy and years of regret. If you're shopping right now and you want to avoid these traps, send us an email at info@moteam.ca today. We'll go through every property you're considering and point out red flags before you make any offer. Don't wait until after you've signed. Reach out now while you still have got options. And speaking of smart buys, if you want to see what a great townhouse in Surrey really looks like, check out this next video. Clint from our team takes you on a tour of a spacious end unit in Clayton Heights. It's over 1,800 square feet, 3 bedrooms, and a huge rec room downstairs. Click now to see it. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again on the next one.